Hey y'all, I'm back, honey. I'm back for us to talk more about Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, a new episode dropped. I haven't watched the episode yet. I always have to give this reminder out to the people. I have not watched the episode yet, but I do like to get into the sneak peek. So we're going to get into about two sneak peeks. We're also going to be tapping into some things dealing with a Drew Sidora and that husband of hers, Mr. Ralph Pittman. And we also have to get into a post made by Miss Angela Oakley. And you know what? I think we're going to get into that first. However, let me go ahead and say this. If you're new to the channel, then hey, make sure you guys are coming into the video. You're liking, you're commenting, you're also subscribing to the channel, honey. And make sure you're sharing because sharing is indeed caring. Okay. So, unfortunately, I do have to start this video off with sending my condolences and everything over to Angela Oakley because, unfortunately, her mother did pass away. I do believe that her mom was a part of last night's episode. So she got to be, you know what I'm saying, a star. Okay. She was able to be seen on the television show. But unfortunately, whew, she has passed away. And Angela did make a really nice post in honor of her mom. All right, this is Angela's mother all. And Angela says, tonight's episode includes my mommy. It's almost impossible to believe she isn't here with us. I'm so grateful she made her own on-screen debut, even if just for a moment. She passed suddenly, my world shattered in an instant. The pain, the loss, the heartbreak. Words can't even begin to describe it. The world will never get to witness her jovial spirit, her laughter, her love, and that hurts more than I can put into words. We miss her more than ever. I hope I made her proud. I know she's watching over us. Even now, she lives on through me. Her strength, her humor, her unconditional love, they're woven into every fiber of who I am. Mommy, I love you endlessly. You are my everything, my inspiration, my light, my forever. They say it gets easier. That's hard to believe. P.S. This was filmed over a year ago, and in the wake of such a tragic loss, all family issues are insignificant. I wish nothing but peace and love for everyone. Wow. And loving memory, forever my queen, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Love you, mommy. You're a diamond girl. And then she goes on to thank a few people for making her beautiful. Okay. Really sad. Looks like Shamea left a comment along with Phaedra. Shamea says she was beautiful and I love seeing the bond that you two shared on tonight's episode. May she rest in peace. Phaedra says, my sincerest condolences, Angela. I know how much you loved your beloved mother. May all the laughs, sweet memories, and quiet moments you shared bring you comfort and renewed joy. Praying for you and your strength and peace. Kelly says, sending you love and strength. Your mother was the sweetest woman. My family and I are blessed we got to meet her. May she rest in heavenly peace. Okay. The makeup artist, Jay Delore, also commented, as well as Drew and Porsha. Drew says, sending you condolences. And Porsha says, my heart is with you and you are in my prayers. She is so beautiful. And I can tell her spirit was just as warm as it appeared to be. May she rest in peace and may God comfort you through your grief. All right. And Britt Edie also says, praying over you. All right. Shout out to Reality Chat. So, Cynthia also said, sending my condolences to you and your family. I enjoyed seeing her in the episode with you tonight. May she rest in peace. Okay. So she has been getting a lot of love from the ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And shout out to y'all. Y'all may be throwing shade here, there, or about each other, you know, but when somebody is in need, it appears that y'all show up just a little piece, okay? And I appreciate that. Now, y'all didn't all rally around and show up for Drew for real, but I'm gonna get into the episode at a later time and we're gonna see. However, yeah, it's nice to see them support Angela during this time after losing her mother. So yes. Condolences out to Angela and her family. And I totally agree, girl. Whatever the family issues is, girl, it is insignificant. Okay, at this time until somebody else bring it up. But right now, I ain't worried about it. Right. So I understand. I'm so sorry. So sorry for her loss. So I wanted to open up and make sure we discuss that because that really was the first thing that I saw before I ended up seeing Drew and her husband then are going at it down to the Twitter. Ralph said, I'm coming up out the basement and onto the Twitter so I can say some things. and get a few things off my chest. Now, before we get into what Ralph and Drew had to say to each other, honey, I want us to go ahead and check out this sneak peek. Well, not so much as a sneak peek, because all y'all done already sneaked and peeked at it anyway. All right. So I'm just gonna play this clip from when it appears that Drew is in the vehicle. And let's see. From the previews, it looked like Ralph locked her out. So let's check this out.
Can you hear me?
Something happened.
Your connection. Wait, what is happening?
I got my phone over iPad and my phone.
You gotta turn one of them off.
I love my mommy. Like, you would never know that she's almost 80 years old. She is social media aficionado. She has like multiple devices.
You are a millennial. You are such a millennial.
Even though my mom has been going through one of the most challenging times in her life, you know, losing my dad, she will drop everything to show up for me.
I just left a meeting with Tanya. We had to have an emergency meeting because Ralph and his attorney are trying to get Tanya recused from my case.
Sounds like Ralph is trying to get her removed from the case, and he's trying to claim being rightful owner to Sidora.
So let me say this right out the gate. I haven't seen nothing, but I'm gonna say this. First of all, he might be doing you slick of a favor. It's to no disrespect to Miss Tanya, but girl, you might need another attorney. Okay, the way Ralph's attorney was coming in there last time we saw her, and that was his third attorney. I guess third time's a charm of some fashion, because I said, listen, this lady finna go in there and get exactly what she want. I could just tell from her energy right out the gate. Okay. And yeah, so they might be doing you a favor, trying to recuse her for whatever reason they're trying to. But yeah, you need a bulldog, just like what he got. Somebody that's gonna go in there and make sure you get what it is that you want. And for him to claim rightful owner of Drew Sidora LLC is fucking crazy. At this point, Drew, I might have to look up your trademark just a little bit, because I'm over here wondering, do you own your name or does Ralph own it? Because he might try and pull a Ray J like Ray J did with Princess Love when he owned her name, trademarked her name. And you trying to, I don't like that. And see, Ralph, this is why, and I know you feel like, you know, social media be drinking Drew's Kool-Aid, but what you have to understand, which I know you never will, we don't really like you because of how you've shown yourself up on this show. Okay? And knowing this lady done fathered your two children, the mothered your two children, had children by you, and you want to sit up here and claim rightful ownership of Drew Sidora so you could do what? Do what? Why do you need to claim rightful ownership? Like, what makes you the owner? Because you assisted in managing some things? Like, did you create it? Did he go down there and create the LLC on your behalf? Like, I'm confused as to how he even is able to try to claim rightful ownership of Drew Sidora LLC. Did you make him co-owner of it at once upon a time or something? I don't know, but I guess, girl, it really would be given. Let his ass have the LLC, but if he has it, then I just wonder what happens, because you know, Simone, what is it? Girl, is that legal? She kind of bitching something about her, I guess, dissolving the LLC or something, and then moving funds to another LLC and all this and that. So I don't know if he is rightful owner. Does that mean the money that was taken out of that LLC, is Drew gonna have to give that back? Like, how does that work? You know, so maybe that's why. And also, I mean, I guess I could see him wanting to be rightful owner of Drew Sidora LLC, because he also is not listing what he does or how he makes his money. He's listing Drew's income as how he makes his money. He doesn't even want to show what he makes, which I feel is that's just unfair. I feel like that's just foul as fuck. I don't know. Girl, you need another fucking attorney, and I don't care. They can try and recuse her all day long. You need a stronger attorney. Okay? Because ain't no way.
That's crazy to me. At the last trial, the court had set another date for us to turn over all our financials. Ralph had not turned over his financials. So Tanya just told me that they are filing a motion to recuse because she created another company, since he was trying to come from my other company. So he now is saying, well, I want both of them. He wants 40% of Drew Sidora LLC that I incorporated, in 2005? And then he wants 40% of my new entity. And we're like, no.
So wait, so it sounds like y'all were married for almost 10 years. So that means that the LLC was created before she even got with you. So I'm confused. Like, I mean, I don't ever want to know those divorce laws. However, I'm just like, how does that work? That you could get ownership of what she had prior to you being in the marriage, unless it would have been some monies that she may have made during the time that y'all were together. I don't know, but it sounds like she had it since 2005, as she's stating, before you even came into the picture. So you motherfucking right. Yeah. If I gotta drop her as to go get a better attorney, because I'm finna fight you, and we're gonna be fighting because you're not finna get in on this, and the audacity of you to think that you finna get 40% of my shit is crazy. He wants 40% of that, and because Drew shut down that LLC, opened another one, now he wants both LLCs. What? Girl, that's being, it's giving bitter. Bitter. It's giving bitter. Bitter ex-husband.
No, absolutely not.
Ralph coming after
Bitter
my
baby
company
daddy.
truly caught me off guard because Ralph does very well. He works very hard. I don't know the details of Ralph's finances. We have separate accounts.
I feel a way that you don't know.
But it's definitely raising an eyebrow.
I don't understand why he would want to drain me dry. I am providing for the kids
Right.
100%.
He's not
Right.
even paying child support. He's not giving you a dime. We here are helping you out to take care of these kids.
No matter what happens with us, we still have to have a level of respect for each other because we still have to parent our children. In the long run, it hurts our kids.
You won't believe, I even didn't tell you this, but he literally took the access away from me on our security system. So when I got to the house, my code did not work on the doors.
Oh, wow.
And I was completely locked out of the house.
Why would
Yeah,
he do
I-
that all of a sudden when you been had access to it? What will make him? That's crazy.
I had to go to a hotel, and this was like 1 a.m. And then he magically gets to the house, and he's able to walk down in the basement door and get in.
I need to see. Oh, girl, I gotta go see this episode. I need to see how this all played out and how this took place, because it sounded to me, just from watching this piece, it's making me think that you still want control. Like when you left to take your ass down to Florida, but then you're still watching and monitoring them on the cameras. And it sounds like because she came in late, you got in your feelings, so therefore you chose to lock her inside the house. What? I need more details. What else is going on?
And then he comes upstairs and lets me in the house.
All I know is he better stay in that basement. That's how I felt when I came home. He better stay in that basement. I don't want to run into him in the garage. I don't want to run into him in the driveway.
You just want to run over.
Does he think that you bringing men over, like you said that he's bringing women over? Is he thinking that you're bringing men over, so you're getting in the house after one, therefore I'm going to lock her out, so in order for her to get in, she's going to have to contact me, so therefore I can see who's with her type thing? Either way, it's giving a form of control, and I don't like it, especially trying to control a person that you no longer want to be with. Like, are you okay?
Over him at your car.
Oops. No.
All of this stuff that Ralph is creating and the drama that he's bringing, he doesn't realize what he's doing to these children with his lying, scheming, conniving self.
I just want to move on. I really do, because this is draining.
I'm praying.
Keep praying, Mommy. Keep praying for everybody. Even my enemies and the people that want to see my downfall. Pray for
Right.
them too.
Right. Because, girl, y'all be killing me how y'all be trying so hard to make Drew seem like she always the problem. But when it comes to your fave that was supposed to hold the show down, honey, y'all overlook everything damn near that she does, child. But y'all be so bothered and impressed by Drew. Drew's a liar. Drew's a liar. Da, 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 da. Okay? But the way that y'all be bending and folding into pretzels, okay, and other gymnastic positions for y'all faves be crazy to me. Okay? Y'all be trying to rewrite history. No, ma'am. But anywho, let's keep going. Because like I said, Ralph got down to the Twitter and he had some stuff to say. And Ralph starts off saying, Drew does an amazing job of lying and playing victim. These RHOA fans believe anything. We believe the shit that we seeing, period. Okay? So if it's anything that both of y'all is giving us, okay? And right now I'm on her side, period. And when you do come to the front and you try to discuss anything, it don't be making sense. So you don't make a compelling argument enough for us to want to believe you. So what's what? And you want to sit up here talking about she does an amazing job at lying, but you doing an amazing job of trying to rob her slick, okay? That's what it seemed like to me, just a piece of allegedly, hun. But that's what it looked like to me, trying to claim ownership when you could just let that lady have that, knowing that you do well for yourself, knowing she got to go on and take care of your kids. That's trifling. Especially if she done filed for unemployment or whatever the case was that Simone was mentioning in the court docs, with working, with this show and being on contract or however that works. And then you try to take a piece of what she do got. That's whack. If he gets 60% of her businesses, then she need to get full ownership of that damn house to sell it how she choose. Okay? Anywho, let's keep going. So then Drew says, well, Ralph does an amazing job as a peach holder. So he says, well, I am your storyline every season. We work together, but it's over now. Try getting a new storyline that doesn't involve me. I'm sure she's going to be glad to get a new one that don't involve your ass. That you're going to always figure out a way to make it about you. Okay, she started dating somebody else and bringing them on the show or whatever like that, or going on different dates on the show, and that's a part of her storyline, picking up being a mama and getting back out there. You're going to be sick about that. But let me tell y'all how Ralph going to do this too. When Drew and he are divorced, and probably even before, Ralph is going to pull the same stunt as Martell Holt and the same stunt that Kelly husband is trying to do, where he's going to put her in a position basically where the kids, she can't film with her kids. That's so if it were a storyline about her being a mother or anything, he's going to try to stop that. Okay? Just petty Betty, honey. Petty Betty. Let's keep going. All right. And then, can I also say that I feel like, Ralph, you've been so used to running a fucking muck in the palace that now that Drew has gotten on this show and she's starting to see certain things and fans are bringing stuff to light, you really can't take the fact that she's waking up to not wanting to deal with your bullshit no more. And you can't take it. So he goes on to say, Mama got to watch her mouth. Don't you remember I saved you after you spent all your husband's money and had nothing? I was your angel then. Things change fast, doesn't it? I bet it do. Just like divorce changed or marriages changed too. Right to divorce. You was a loving person. I liked you here. I don't like you. It's no more. All right. That's how they go. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. It sure does change. Okay? Appreciate you for being a kind person in that moment, but you a fuck right now. Excuse me. You're a not so nice person right now. So no, she don't gotta like you. So yeah, things do change. And obviously you assisted with those things changing. Okay? So that's that. Let's keep going. Because Drew hops on and Drew says disrespecting my mother, especially, okay, on a public platform is completely unacceptable. She's simply speaking from a mother's perspective based on what she witnessed. Please stop the unnecessary negativity and show some basic respect. And I agree with Drew, because if if Drew got on a platform disrespecting your parents, you will all out be showing your raggedy ass, and you know it. I mean, it's not even taking much for you to show out on her now, and she really ain't even been saying too much about you. For real. And what's crazy is that y'all know y'all supposed to keep this in that family app or whatever, only communicate through the app, but now y'all going outside of the app and y'all all on the Twitter with it. So now this gonna be used as evidence. But first of all, Ralph, you started it. Okay? You started it. Because you didn't have to get on social media and say anything. And I hope she taking a record of all of this stuff that you saying and doing and taking it right on down there to the judge. But then Drew also wraps it up and says, she asks him this time and says, don't speak on my father moving forward. Please allow his soul to rest. Okay? Period. You need to focus on the type of father that you're going to be. Don't talk about mine. I know that's motherfucking right. Don't speak on my father. Focus on the father that you finna be to these kids. Okay. Child, Drew, I just feel like honestly you haven't torn shit up enough for me. To be honest, I feel like you've been very kind for him to be sitting up here trying to paint you out to be this terrible person, and she lies about this and she lies about that, or whatever the case is, baby. If that's the case, you lie equally. Okay? Different sides of the same coin then. But you, Drew, you haven't fucked stuff up enough for me, honey. That's what it's seeming like to me. For him to sit up here and think he finna claim any ounce of an ownership or any percentage or a piece of ownership of a LLC that was created before him. Girl, you not tearing shit up enough for me, honey. But I understand. I understand because Ralph will be very quick to press charges, put you behind bars, and take over custody of them children. But either way, honey, good luck. Okay, to the Pittmans. Now let's keep going because I want us to tap into another clip from last night's episode, and this one is between Shamea and Porsha. And I'm just gonna look at a little piece of a clip, and we're gonna get on up out of here. So let's check this out.
So what's going on? Let's talk. I feel like, I don't know.
What's
You
up
kind
with
of have
Shamea?
this
Why she
little
look like that?
reserve energy. This sit down with Shamea is kind of unbelievable for me. All the feelings that she has been feeling, she's been secretly expressing to other people. So I haven't been privy to them.
Porsha's been my best friend for decades. I don't want to be at odds with her. I'm not the ops, but I want to be heard today.
First, let me just apologize for maybe not being as open about my feelings over the years. There's been things in our friendship that have hurt my feelings, and a lot of stuff I mask because I handle our friendship with care. I think all I'm trying to say is I think I wouldn't have preferred it to have come out in the group. I didn't need them to tell me or tell you how to feel about what we got going on.
You had already discussed some of these
You
things.
didn't need it to come out with the group when you had talked about it to some of the people in the group. So you did say some things to those. I mean, yeah, you did say some things to those ladies, but then you tried to say that they were probing, asking certain questions, which you could have also shut down. But then you tried to make it seem like they was just making stuff up once upon a time. Like, that's not what I said. And da, 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 da. So it does feel like you confided in them. Even if with them asking the questions, it does seem that you confided in them. And because it was off camera and you still learning how this works, I suppose, maybe you just expected them not to bring it to everybody. Is that what you're saying?
Prior to me anyway. That's how it even got
So
to
the
me.
difference between you and I is when you do things that bother me, like talk over my music, I didn't go crazy about it right then and there. When you do little petty stuff like make posts or talk over me when I'm talking, all of those things feel dismissive to me, and they're hurtful. So I would like moving forward is when you feel some kind of way.
Oh, bitch. I would have cussed Porsha out right then. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you would have got snapped on, love. You would have got snapped on, okay? Because what it really is, and again, I gotta watch it. I gotta see how everything comes together. Okay. I might switch up, but I gotta see how everything come together. But in this moment, how I'm feeling about this is for you to just be like on some like, here we go, or whatever the case is. What it is that you're used to operating a certain way with Shamea. You're used to taking shots, making digs, whatever it is, and you probably don't feel like it's like that, right? You just be saying fly shit. But you know that if it was done to you, you likely would not like that shit, right? But I also, that's what it is with Porsha. Porsha is used to doing certain shit and not being checked about it. However, I have to fault Shamea. That's why it's like, I don't think it's a one person issue or one person fault. It's a shared fault as to why this friendship is falling apart. Okay. Shamea, these are things that you can't let keep passing. If you're feeling a way about it, say something. Like, girl, why you had to play me out by my music like that? Yeah, I didn't like that. Okay. And I mean, I know people aren't going to want to be friends with a person where every single time you look up, they're complaining about something that you do. Right. I get that. But, and maybe you pick your battles. But if this is going to be something you bring up later, obviously it was something that was really bothering you before. Go ahead and let her know that. Go ahead and let her know that. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. And I feel like through a few times of if a person does something that you don't like, they'll learn. They're going to learn. Let me be mindful of that, because I know when I do this or that, she don't really like it. Whatever it is, okay? But I think that it's a shared issue here. But Porsha, this exhale is killing me, as if you're the only person that could be bothered. No, ma'am.
You're young. You're tired. Am I boring you?
I'm taking a breath. This is a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
Girl, that was not taking a breath. That was an exhale. I would think taking a, like, it was just giving a, girl, I ain't even see you breathe in, really. Okay, it was just, girl, oh, here we go. Like, it was giving a heavy sigh. I'm taking a breath. That's it.
Why is it uncomfortable for me to express myself
Because
to you?
the way you're...
Because you never do. Or you rarely do. Right?
It's an uncomfortable situation. To be honest, I am surprised by this energy I'm getting from Shamea. I'm confused to why all these things are being brought back up that we've talked about.
The fact that Porsha took the stuff that these ladies were saying and ran with it is hurtful. They brought up all the rumors back in the day and the reasons why she, quote unquote, wasn't a good friend to me. And yes, I did admit that, yeah, some of that stuff happened, but we're good now. We're in a good place. So I'm sad because these ladies have said some really distasteful and ugly things about her, and I shut it down.
I'm here to try to honestly resolve and possibly salvage a friendship.
Possibly.
Well, I would like to salvage our friendship. Yeah.
She's saying possibly because that's what she desires, but if you're not at that same place because you're over here exhaling and acting like I don't really want to have this conversation, that's why she's saying possibly.
Because what
Possibly,
you're saying
are
now,
we on the edge?
it feels like you're being dismissive.
What is happening, Shamea? Okay, listen.
It feels like everything I'm saying, you're dismissive.
What I'm trying to do is have a productive conversation because I don't want to argue with you.
But look at how you respond. If I did nonverbal communications like,
Right.
Okay.
you would feel like I was dismissing your feelings.
And she knows that.
Can I tell you what really hurts too? You come to me and you say these things like, oh, well, yeah, you know, my mom said don't trust you and the apples don't fall far from the tree. Do you know how that makes me feel? What I'm just
Woo! I ain't know Porsha had told you that, girl. She must say that off camera. My mama said don't trust you. Yeah, no. That's not information you're really supposed to take back to your friend. I don't think. I think when your mama tell you about your friends and shit, you supposed to like really keep that to yourself and just put that in your back pocket. Like, mama may be right, but I don't know. I'ma see. Right? I ain't know you was gonna go back and tell her unless y'all got into an argument or something. And you was like, yeah, my mama told me not to trust you. Okay, yada yada. Beware the dog that carry the bone. That's what my mama ain't said.
Saying what she
you,
said. I didn't say it
Porsha,
was
is-
me. I said what she
But
said.
you did say that. That's the reason
I just
why
told
you
you
push
what
back
she-
and pull back from me
That's
sometimes.
not true.
But you said that, and that is true. So if you're not going to
I
be
very well believe that's true. I'm sorry. I do think she influenced
honest
that.
about things
Man,
that
you
happen
wanna
off
argue,
camera,
and
then
I'm
why
not
are we
going to
doing
argue
it?
with you.
I just told you the other day, I said, Porsha, I wish we could be the way we are off camera,
I just don't
on
know.
camera. And you know what you said? They would have to pay me more money for that.
Shamea,
Why can't we be that way?
why are you trying to argue with me for the show?
Why can't we be
let's
how
not
we
do that.
are
I don't
off
feel
camera?
like she
On
was trying to argue with you for the show. Honestly, how it's looking at to me, I don't think she's trying to argue with you, but I think you trying to be extra. Oh yeah, who's it really? You wanna argue? I'm not finna argue with you. You mad? I'm not gonna do that. I feel like Lauren, talking like that is going to make her look like she's more amped up than you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that Shamea was giving you that. Right? And you were being really dismissive in my opinion. So I'm sure that likely irritated her, but I don't feel like she's really trying to argue. I feel like she's trying to be heard.
Let's not do this. We don't
yeah, I
have to.
agree.
Ever since we started filming, there wasn't a lot of communication. So the communication was already strained.
Told
To be
y'all.
honest with you, it's really hurtful because this is at a time where I need my friend. Like, I don't need you coming at me about something from 10 years ago or something that you decided you were upset about and didn't tell me about. I would never, never, never do that to her. I wouldn't.
Let's be how we are off camera, on camera.
you're not allowing
You
that to
can't put a
happen.
dollar amount on it.
First of all, neither one of y'all were allowing that to happen because, as I said before, Porsha seemed to be filming more with other folks, and Shamea seemed to be doing more stuff with Kelly. It just seemed like the dynamics between them were already off. I do understand Porsha feeling like, damn, this shit happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, if we talked about it, why are you bringing it up now, right? So now that makes me think that the ladies brought it to Shamea. Shamea did confirm that, yeah, that happened, but we're good. We moved past it. However, there has been other things that's happened, right? That has made her feel away. And that's the stuff that she's bringing to the front. But I think Porsha might be leaning more so on the fact that it's old stuff that we've discussed, move forward, and you're bringing it up again. One, I feel like I understand both sides of this. I can understand Porsha being frustrated about it because she's thinking in her head that we're moving forward, and if you had an issue about it, you never brought it up, so why are you bringing it up now? But then I also understand Shamea too, because Shamea has been very passive in my opinion, and she didn't get the full resolve that she's gotten in the past. She just been like, okay, Porsha, that's fine, we can move on. I see Shamea operating like that often within their friendship. Even, Portia's thinking it's resolved, but Shamea's leaving the table with unresolved feelings. So Unfortunate.
I want you to do that because you love me and you enjoy being around me, not because you want to get paid to do it. This is scary that the show has caused you to not be honest about your feelings. I want the Porsha that's not on camera. I mean, it's not news. I'm a new peach holder. This is uncharted territory for both of us. Like, it's always her on the camera. But now that I'm able to share, it don't feel good when everybody can see both sides.
I don't know.
So the fact that you have minimized my feelings to be about the show is really unfortunate because it's not about the show for me.
Right. It's not. It's not about the show. I don't think so at all either.
This is a lot, Shamea. Please. Please stop.
I don't even know what I did wrong for you to say stop. I'm just trying to express myself.
And this is how I think that shit has always gone. Porsha will figure out a way to dismiss, to walk off, and go on by her business because she does not want to face the accountability. And what I think Porsha finna do is think about this quote-unquote divorce from this man, Simon, and act like she's so fucking emotional. And I got a lot going on, and oh my God, I broke up with this person, oh my friend, this, da-da-da-da. I don't want to hear it. Child, that's a mess there, honey. That is a mess there. Listen, that's all I got. All right. We done got into 2 clips. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below about those 2 clips from last night. Patreon. Catch me over there on Patreon so we can get into this full episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you're following me on social media at JamiThatsMe, honey. Okay. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool, we gon' make them swim, nigga.